made it to LDI. Hey everybody, Nick Marzak with Full Compass. We are continuing our LDI Show 24 coverage here in Las Vegas. All right, flashback to 1985. Chuck Davies, he starts this hi-fi shop in Los Angeles, and he was tinkering with some stuff. He wanted to create his own lighting gear because he was not satisfied with the quality. Fast forward to 2024, and we have ADJ. I am here with Edgar, who's the National Sales Manager. Edgar, let's talk about the new products that ADJ is coming out with here at LDI.
All right, thank you. So we have several new products, and just to go over, let's say a few of them, our Par Z series, which some of you are familiar with. It's our Par 64 retrofitted with LEDs inside of them. We have new versions for warm white and cool white that are now 300 watts. So when you're working in convention centers and you need that brightness, these are definitely going to handle the job. We also have a color mixing one, but we didn't just go with color mixing, we went with battery. So now there's a Par 64 that's LED and battery operated, so no more burning hands when you're coming down with your show. Now you can go ahead and get the show going with color mixing very easily with battery operated fixtures. Now on top of that, our Cobb Cannon series, which has been very, very well for house lighting, now we put our Aria X2 technology built into them. So now you can actually do firmware updates and control your fixtures remotely. Not so much DMX control, but just turning them off, turning off DMX, things like that you are able to do now with your house lighting. We also have a new addition to our Vizi series, adding a Vizi Pix Z19, which we'll show you in a bit, or you can check out on our website. It's an incredible zoom wash fixture with total pixel control and added effects. And in our Hydro series, which is our IP65 moving heads, we've updated our Hydro washes. We now have Hydro Flex L7 and L19. Each one of those cells is producing 60 watts of red, green, blue, and lime LEDs with full pixel control. We've also launched a new series, our Vintage series, which is just an incredible static kind of eye candy type of fixture that is incredibly bright, and new additions to our Electropix. I mean, this is a really exciting year because we've updated and added to some of the product series that we have and really revamped some other of our series, so it's just a whole lot of products.
Did you have time to sleep or eat, or this seems like a crazy year for you?
Yeah, no, and if you follow ADJ, we were just so aggressive with road shows this year too, showing some of the latest and greatest, but it was literally last week finishing up the road shows and planning for this, and when I looked at the sheet and I said, wow, there's going to be over 12 new products, I better do my homework, and so it was just a lot of excitement, and here we are.
This is the type of booth that catches your eye from a serious distance away. So we can see all of these products demonstrated here. There is so much going on in this booth. And also this caught my eye walking by. Let's talk about this product because this is I love the colors. I love what's happening with the LED on the front.
So this is the Vizi Pix Z19. We had a product for almost a decade called the Vizi Wash Z19, which looked pretty identical in 19 cells RGBW. But to me, RGBW is so outdated. People are using these not just for clubs or for churches because color mixing is great and always welcomed, but when you have that lime edition, now you can use these as key lights because you could do warm white, cool white, very, very easily just by introducing the lime. But what we did with this, hence the name Pix, so you get individual pixel control of each one of these 19 cells. Wow. There's also 30 of these background RGB LEDs. So imagine with 30 different zones, you could create some really, really nice kind of sparkle effects. And then on top of that, we also added an RGB ring. What I'm really excited about is the ring is almost using a stealth kind of lens. So you'll notice when the colors are off, it kind of goes away. It's not so obvious, so it doesn't have that circus look.
Yeah.
And so with that much controllability, you have 5-pin DMX in and out, but you also have net control. So if you're doing ArtNet directly to this fixture, this can handle that as well. This is also going to have the Aria X2 technology built into it. And one thing I didn't even mention, it zooms. So you can go from a narrow 5 degrees to a very wide 50 degrees for any type of event, any ceiling height, because again, these cells are 30 watts per cell. So it's an incredibly bright and only 12 pounds.
Oh, wow. I mean, it is incredibly bright. I can verify that. The versatility of this, because it can have, with the LED, you can create a key light, like you said. So theater, houses of worship, when someone comes to speak, change everything, zoom. And at 12 pounds, easy to suspend, easy to place in hard places. And again, it's really bright. So yeah, let's continue on because I want to get to all the things that ADJ has here. Okay, wow. What is this?
All right, so our vintage series. This is really cool. We haven't had a new product series launch since I would say our Encore series back in 2019. So this is a part of a new series of products that we're going to start carrying. So this is called Vintage Bar, and this is the Vintage X, hex the name. So with these, you'll notice the center strip, and here with the 4 strips, those are amber LEDs, super, super bright. They create such a really nice warm color temperature. But what we did is we put a reflector kind of backing on these fixtures. So there's RGB strips, and with the bar, you have up to, I believe, about 30 zones of these RGB background effects you can do. So you can have a really, really nice array of color effects happening. With the Vintage X, it's one solid RGB, so you can create a really nice background glow and then blast your audience with these amber LEDs. But with these, you get individual control of each 4 of these strips. And here, like you see the chase happening, you also have 4 controllable zones of this warm white or amber LED. They're built really, really well. They have locking mechanisms too, kind of like a coffin lock. So if you wanted to do batches of these or groups of these, you can very easily. Very heavy duty brackets on the bar, so you could use it on the ground or hanging on truss like the way you see here. But just a really new addition to, I mean, people are looking at this and saying, this fits right into my rig and it's going to create excitement. That's all we're trying to do with this new vintage series. These is something where you can add to your light show and make it better.
Yeah, I mean, bright enough to be blinders, but also cool enough, and with these LED effects and the reflectors, also a part of the stage set. Like, you could create some really awesome atmospheres. There's so much going on at ADJ, at LDI. And so thank you so much for meeting with us to talk over some of these highlights. As always, go to fullcompass.com or call your Full Compass sales rep. We love ADJ and we know all about it. So keep it right here at Full Compass for more coverage from LDI Show 24.